Hello guys, and welcome to this Cinema 4D tutorial. What I'm going to show you today is how to achieve something similar to this. Tomorrow is Valentine's Day, and I figured in the theme of that it would be pretty cool to make something similar to this. So I'm going to take you over the following steps by recreating this book thingy. We are going to create the lens right here, the piece of glass. We are going to create the materials for all of this and set the light up, the important part, and last but not least set the camera and render setting out to achieve something pretty close to this, hopefully. So yeah, let's get started. I already got my original scene file, and as you can see, there's not a whole lot to it, actually. We got a couple of lights, a couple of cameras for different angles, as you can see. We got a single light, a tube, and a loft NURBS, which are the first thing we're going to be creating. So let's get started. New project, and let's see. We're going to the front view and choose the Bezier spline tool. And with this we are going to be creating the book, or what looks like a book. Whoops. Back to the new project. So what you're going to do is try as best as you can to create this profile of a book. So let's see here. I'm just going to do it pretty rough. Something like this, and something like this. Maybe not. Maybe a little bit more up. Still too much. All the way over here. So we got this. And let's just take the point here and put it in the center. Maybe also press it down to 100 centimeters, just so we have round numbers to deal with. What I'm going to do now is switch to model mode, choose my spline, copy and paste it, and then rotate it like so. Whoops, not 200 degrees, just 180, like so. And now you can see we got the basic profile of a book. Then I'm going to take my two splines, connect objects and delete. So now we got one spline, just as you can see right here. And I'm going to copy this spline, take my new spline here and move it up about 1,200 centimeters was what I did in the last project. That's I think that's a good size book right there. And now we're going to choose the loft NURBS, drag in our two splines, and there we have it. There's our two pages. And let's just see if the geometry is alright. Yeah, it's okay. You don't need a lot of geometry to achieve this. Now what I did was I made this whole thing editable by clicking C, but I don't think you have to. But I just like working with polygons, because now this is pretty much done. So now I can move forward. Right. Now let's make a let's make the the red glass piece right here. And to do this, we are going to first of all be making a disk. Let's rotate it, and let's see here, object 100 centimeters, looking good. And let's just move it up so it fits pretty nice. It doesn't have to touch the book, because we're going to have this this outer ring on it, and as you can see, mine is actually intersecting with the book a little bit. That's okay. That's okay. Now let's just keep it, and let's create a tube, rotate it around, and go into front view again. And let's move it up to 40 and just make it fit. I think it's it in a radius to 100 and outer to 105. So we got this nice thin ring, and maybe the height to 15, I think. Yeah, looks about right. Looks about right. Let's go to the top view and just check if it's in the center, and it is. Great. Now let's group these two things and call this glass. Let's just call this pages, just so our hierarchy is looking pretty good. Now, as you can see, we almost got the the modeling part done. This is basically it. And now we are going to be creating the materials for the scene. We're going to start with the page, and for this I took let's just see here. I took I don't know what the term is, but I call it a dummy text. It's basically a random generated text, and I copied it into Microsoft Word, like so, and put a nice old font on this. This is called Amplify Personal Use Only, or Amplified. Yeah, and I wanted to make it a PNG file, so the background could be transparent, but I had no way to do it. So what I did was I took this and I saved it as a PDF file, and from there I opened it up, funny enough, like so, and then I could go up here and say save as image PDF, and from there on I took it into Photoshop. I googled up some old paper texture and just make it look old and dirty, and I also rotated the text so it fit my scene. Right, so now we got the page done, or you know how to get it done, I should say. I will also, by the way, include a picture of this in the description, so you can just download it if you don't have a lot of experience in Photoshop. But let's see, let's create a new material. Let's change the preview to plain, because it is kind of like a plane, it's a page. And let's just see here, page. No, we don't want to do that. And I can't actually remember if I had any other thing turned on. Let's see, 67 and 7. 67 and, whoops. 67 and 7. Like so, and I actually just applied this to the paper. And boom, instant page, as you can see. The The downside of this is that this page on the right looks alright, and this is actually just a mirrored version of it. But I don't think it matters that much. You could also always get back and do it the proper way. But for now we're just going to keep it like this. And the page seems to be a little stretched, maybe 250. Yeah, something like that. And let's just move the glass down to 50 as well. Just like so. Now for the glass part, I'm just actually going to copy this and just take it from there. It isn't really a lot done to it. It's a simple transparency material with a bright red color. I put 4 in refraction. I don't really think it matters that much, just as long as it's got some kind of refraction. And I also put in some absorption color, the same as this one, and also set up the absorption distance to 500 centimeters. The specular is not messed with at all. So it's pretty simple material, and we're just going to apply this to our disc like so. And let's just make the last material for the outer ring. I just choose a dark black and pull these up and this down a bit, so we got this matte black color. Let's see, light like so. And that's basically the materials done. So as you can see, it's pretty quick to set up, and the result should be great, hopefully. Now for the great part, let's just render this out, and as you can see, not much has changed as expected. For the light part, you're going to choose a spotlight. Let's just move this into position. Something like this. I think this is pretty much what takes up the most time. I can't actually remember how I positioned it before, but let's just try this out. You want it so the light hits through the lens like so, so it doesn't go over the lens or the piece of glass. And if you just render it out right now, it doesn't work probably, because you are going to turn on shadow map soft shadows like so, and as you can see, instant result. We're also going to turn on volume caustics like so. It doesn't make much of a difference, but I felt it looked a bit better like so. Now for the details, I was pulling on a pretty big angle, and let's see here, just so the light spreads. Actually, let me do something else. Yeah, something like this should work probably. And you can also already see we got the basic heart shape. Very long, very thin. I might wanna take this and whoops. And now it's just actually a question about the right angle. Keep messing these up. But yeah, you can actually see it in the preview here, how it's going to look. And we might even do something like so. Oops. Something like that is pretty good. Let's just return to our original project and see. As you can see on my this project, I had the light almost above the lens or the piece of glass to achieve the look. Oops. Global illumination turn off, or the effects to achieve this, and you can kind of see how it works. The greater this is up, and as long as it shines through here, it will make this effect look pretty good. Maybe even more like so. Will that work? Yeah, that kind of works as well, I guess. Let's just keep it as this. And let's just see, I had some more stuff I wanted to do. Let's see, use inner 56, use inner. Yeah, something like this. Maybe find just the right angle. Yeah, I am going to take this, and you can also tweak this as you want. If you want a really hard edge, and maybe make it look kind of a leaf. But I'm going just to turn it down. Yeah, and then of course you can mess with the settings as well. I also took the light and make it just a bit yellow, like so, just to match real light from a light bulb. So yeah, that's pretty much it. The final version, I also went into the render settings. I turned on ambient occlusion, global illumination. It didn't really make much of a difference. I also put on some color correction, turned the gamma down to about 0.65. Put the resolution in 1920 by 180. And the anti-aliasing to best. And even though it doesn't make much of a difference, I still think it's like a routine to do that. And just set up basic camera like so, and render it out. Just to see what we got here. So that looks pretty good. I would say maybe even better than the than the original. You can even also add a light like so and boost it up. And also, if you don't want a let's just turn this off for now. Now you will end up with kind of a double heart, I guess. Something like that. But you can skip that by turning off the shadows, I think. This was not part of the tutorial. But yeah, and you can maybe turn down the intensity like so. Just to reveal a bit more of the book. Yeah, I'm happy with that. So yeah, thanks for watching. Bye.